You notice tone shifts before anyone else does. A pause in a text, a slight change in someone's voice, and your body reacts instantly. Your chest tightens, your mind starts predicting. What did I do? You've been told you're too sensitive, but what if you're not sensitive at all? What if you're trained to scan for danger? It doesn't look dramatic from the outside. You replay conversations on your way home. You analyze facial expressions after meetings. You sense tension in a room before anyone says a word. And it's exhausting. You tell yourself to relax, but your body doesn't. This doesn't just affect your mood, it shapes your identity. You become the careful one, the accommodating one, the one who smooths things over. In relationships, you overthink small shifts. At work, you over-prepare to avoid criticism. With friends, you monitor whether you're too much. This pattern is often linked to what psychologists call high-threat sensitivity, a temperament trait connected to how reactive your nervous system is to social cues. But here's the part that matters. This didn't come from nowhere. It usually develops in environments where emotional safety was unpredictable, where tone mattered, where silence meant something. Your brain learned that subtle signals weren't random, they were information. And once your brain decides something is important for survival, it doesn't forget. You are not broken, you are adapted. Over-alertness is not weakness, it's pattern recognition turned up too high. If you grew up around criticism, mood swings, or emotional withdrawal, your nervous system adjusted. It learned, scan early, detect fast, react quickly. That's not fragility, that's intelligence under pressure. But here's the hidden cost. What once protected you now activates in places where there is no real threat, and your brain doesn't easily update old survival software. Let's make this simple. Your brain has a structure called the amygdala. It acts like a smoke detector. Its job is not to be accurate. Its job is to be fast. If smoke detectors were calibrated to your childhood environment, they may now go off when someone simply sighs. Cause? Repeated exposure to unpredictable emotional cues. Mechanism? Heightened amygdala reactivity and stronger neural pathways for threat detection. Result? You perceive ambiguity as danger. There's also something called predictive coding. Your brain constantly predicts what will happen next based on past patterns. If your past taught you that small changes lead to conflict, your brain fills in the blanks. Ambiguity becomes threat. It's like having a security system that was trained in a war zone, now installed in a quiet neighborhood. The system isn't wrong, it's outdated. And here's the question that matters. How do you update it? Not by forcing yourself to calm down. That rarely works. Instead, 1. Name the trigger, not the story. What to do? When you feel the spike, label the physical cue. My chest tightened. Why it works? Labeling emotions reduces amygdala activity and increases prefrontal control, a process shown in affect labeling research. Example, instead of thinking, "they're mad at me," you pause and say, "I felt a tone shift and my body reacted." You separate sensation from interpretation. 2. Delay the conclusion. What to do? Give yourself a 24-hour rule before assuming meaning. Why it works? It interrupts automatic predictive coding and allows new evidence to update the brain's model. Example, a friend replies coldly. Instead of spiraling, you wait. The next day, they explained they were overwhelmed. Your brain collects disconfirming data. 3. Practice micro-safety. What to do? Intentionally notice moments when nothing bad happens after ambiguity. Why it works? Neuroplasticity requires repetition. Safety must be experienced, not just understood. Example, someone pauses before responding. Nothing explodes. You log it mentally. Each calm outcome weakens the old alarm pathway. 4.
Reduce hyper-responsibility. What to do? Stop immediately fixing emotional tension unless directly asked. Why it works? It retrains your nervous system to tolerate uncertainty without overfunctioning. Example, two coworkers seem tense. You don't jump in. The moment resolves without you. Your brain learns, I am not responsible for every shift. Think of your mind as a security system. It was calibrated in a different environment. Right now, it's detecting smoke from toasted bread. The goal isn't to remove the alarm, it's to recalibrate it. Through labeling, through delaying, through repeated safety, through tolerating uncertainty. Over time, the volume lowers, not because you forced it, but because your brain updated its prediction. You were never too sensitive, you were attentive. You survived by noticing what others ignored. Now, you're allowed to live in rooms that don't require scanning. The skill can stay, but the tension doesn't have to. And maybe next time your chest tightens over a small shift, you won't ask, what did I do? You'll ask, is this old training speaking? And you'll wait long enough to find out.